celebrate on Kakaki, the African voice. Africa, you see. Africa, you know. Africa, you understand. Africa, you celebrate.
Welcome back. All right, now we are taking a look at another case of abduction and forced marriage. This is the case of Blessing Simon. Now, since the campaign, of course, to rescue young girls abducted into forced marriages started, 5 girls have so far been rejoined with their families.
Yeah, we've been bringing you updates on them. Our 14-year-old Ese Uru, who was abducted in Bayelsa and taken to Kano. She's been rescued. 13-year-old Progress Jacob, 12-year-old Christy Gopep, 16-year-old Linda Christopher in Bochi, another 16-year-old from Mandukusi in Kaduna State.
Well, this rescue was affected by the Nigerian police after a steady campaign, but that of Lucy AJ, which is being handled by the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking of Persons, NAPTIP, is yet to be freed.
Other girls yet to be rescued are Margaret Monday in Wasa Station. We brought you information on her earlier. The Sanga local government area of Kaduna State. We have Rita Gajare in Bunigwari area of Kaduna State, and Charity Usoy Tina in Mina, Niger State.
As you know, this program brought you a new case in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and that is the case of 13-year-old Miriam Abdullahi.
Another case has just been brought to our attention, and that is the case of Blessing Simon, who just turned 17 after her abduction on May 1, 2016 in Masaka. That's just close to where we are now. Masaka is in Nasarawa State and allegedly taken to Gombe State.
Well, Blessing's mother, Lydia Simon, is joining us this Thursday on Kakaki, the African voice. Also, we have with us Dorothy in Jamanzi. You both are welcome.
Thank you.
Blessing. Blessing is your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
I can see her, your first daughter.
Can you tell us what happened?
It happened on Friday, 1 o'clock. After she don't come back from school, say she want go to the pastor house. She come out, go to the pastor house with my third son. After the reach road, she enter her friend's house. She collect hijab and wrapper. After she collect, she tell my son that she come back to home. The boy come back to home, come meet me for shop. I asked the boy, say, Blessing don't reach pastor house. She say, yes, mommy. After evening time, the pastor called me, say, Blessing not come church. I say, okay, I come out, come they find him, I no see him. After I no see him, I go to police station, go report for my my language. I say, I suspect these Hausa people, the army of Hausa. And we go to the house, the man say, no, she not see Blessing, but if she see Blessing, she will bring her for me. Tell her, say, if she see Blessing, make she carry and put for police station, make she call me. We are Blessing, they stay 3 times now, this thing don't happen. I don't know what happened, but now, if I know who house Blessing they sleep, I will arrest the man. She say, okay. She see the girl on Saturday, carry him, go give that woman police. After she give the woman police not there for house. She not keep for police station, go keep Blessing for the woman house. Before the woman come from market, Blessing down go. I come go the man house again at the army. I come beg and say, please, I beg in the name of God. This girl, I don't pay school fees. I borrow this money. Pay school fees today for school. Please, my God don't go special duty for you. Please give me this girl. Make she can continue the school. No 1 year, make this girl finish school. He said she don't know where this girl go. I say, I beg you. I don't hear the information. Now when people, you might go inside. Please give me my daughter. He said no. I beg this man 2 weeks. He said, man, next time me no come her house, come they ask her about this blessing. I said, okay. The car the report go tell police, they come arrest the two people, both the friend, but both the man. After they arrested her, carry and go police station. The man confessed, say, true, they don't turn blessing to Muslim 1 o'clock in the night. Nobody know. I said, okay, the why is blessing? She said she don't know where blessing be. But if they bring these 2 days, they know where blessing be. I then give transfer for blessing. Took him from Masaka. I say, okay, do the case. The case done is 3 weeks now or 1 month for police station. Say they will pack them to go Lafia. After they pack them, they not pack them to go Lafia, they bail them. After the army, I can't bail the people again. DPO said then they pack the case, go Lafia. I say, okay. So I don't see the action. Later yesterday, the DPO come call me, say, let's go to Lafia. I say, okay, I did for Lafia, for police station for Masaka. The people say they don't go, they will go bring blessing for Gombe. After this one, the man, they call me from Gombe and say, yes, my daughter there with her for Gombe 2 weeks. Since last week.
This man, do you know this man before?
I never know him.
And he's calling you?
Yes, ma. Even now, if I call her now, if she like, she will pick the call.
And tell you to come and pick your daughter?
I tell her, say me come. I tell her, say, if I feel come pick the doctor, she say, yes, if na me, she will give me. I say, I no get transfer. I get my neighbor, the man there for Gombe, policeman, FCC. I tell the man, make the man go bring the daughter for me. She say, any police not cut the girl, give anybody, now only me. I said to her, I will come. She not tell me the person name. Person not tell me the name.
Now, did you suspect anything? Because from what you're telling us now, from what they talk now, it's as if blessing herself don't they follow some people before. You notice, you know that time or you don't know?
I don't know. Now only now I know. Now information I share now. But the first time I don't know, say see what things happen.
So who do you think asked blessing to follow them? Is it her friends or who?
Now her friends. And the friends carry blessing, give this man and make she turn am to Muslim.
Alright, Dorothy, you've been following this case with her. What's really going on? I mean, what are they?
The people again, they carry me go court on Tuesday.
We'll come back to that in a minute.
Well, the issue here is that a lot of people are capitalizing on the fact that the illiteracy level is high, and they believe that we are very distracted and we don't recognize criminal activities when we see criminal activities. I mean, this is a clear case of a form of trafficking of persons where people are taken away from the parents, and then for the parents to have the impetus to go and lodge a police report. As she said, she was taken to an area court. She was charged to an area court for defaming the characters of these people. Now, saying that she's determined not to only take action but to bring in the media. They're calling her for some sort of settlement. But for what it's worth, we've seen several of these kind of cases where before you know it, the child comes back with child. Now, there are criminal activities and there have been phone numbers that are traceable. But up till now, we've not gotten the amount of response. I mean, the bureaucracies within the response systems for such cases, they're not realistic if we mean to curb the crimes that are popping up. We've had, since it was on the Democracy Day that I got wind of the fact that the man just called and we had a phone number. But that number has not been traced up till now. The person has not been apprehended up till now. And this is a big country with a lot of equipment pumped into tracing such things. So
the police is aware?
Yes. The systems, last I knew of, the general office, sent signal for the Lafia State Police to send in the case file and the suspects, But a human life is somewhere. Every second counts. And for as long as this girl is there, we don't know what's happening with the girl. We don't know what's happening to this child. This child is under 18 years old. So as far as we're concerned, minors are in custody of the parents. Anything that is done with a minor without consent of the parents is criminal. And here is the parent saying, I want my kid back, I want my kid back. Kid has been enrolled in school. The dad is a policeman on duty, somewhere in Gombe State, but he can't come around because of the nature of his work and everything, and he leaves it to her. And before you know it, in fact, there was the issue of exploiting her.
His father is a policeman.
He's a policeman.
That's an interesting detail.
Yes,
what interesting personal interest is he showing in this case? Even by the fact that he's a policeman.
He's a policeman.
And he's got friends in the force, and his daughter is abducted. What has he done?
And what is the police doing for one of their own?
Well,
special attention to this particular matter.
Well, you don't have to be a police personality to get special attention. But then also, these details give you an insight to the fact that it is not about, police or no police. The response systems to these activities or to these kind of scenarios are very poor. We need to treat criminal cases as criminal cases. I mean, the justice system so far are not sensitive to the fact that human lives are involved. When there are emergencies reported, they should be treated as emergencies. The Federal Republic of Nigeria owes it as a duty to protect this minor and have the minor in guided custody of the parents until she is of age, to take decisions or whatever.
Let's look at the fact that she mentioned earlier that she's been taken to court.
Area court.
Is that true? She's been harassed and threatened to be jailed.
Yes.
What's that about?
In fact, it was on Tuesday. I just called her. I just felt uncomfortable and called her. She said she's looking for her to bail herself. I said, bail yourself for what? She said a criminal case was reported against her, so that she has to bail herself or she's taken to Kuje. And I asked myself, how many other people are innocent and are in some prison somewhere or the other simply because they're demanding to have their kids back? I mean, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Where was she held?
Who in particular?
Where was Lydia held?
The area court. Where you say you go to court?
New Karu.
New Karu. What's New Karu is Masarawa.
Yes, Masarawa State.
Malam Dauda.
Where is Malam Dauda?
No, she done wrong yesterday in the final, they not see him.
But he lives within Masaka, where he lived. So he was the one that went to report to area court.
Yes, sir.
That what are you doing to him?
Sir, I lie you against her. Sir, my daughter, I carry my daughter, go keep for Gombe, I can't carry and go police station.
So
see the book, I get the paper here.
So they now threaten that they're going to send you to Kuje prison?
Yes, sir. So they will carry me. If I not get person to get me, they will carry me go prison. I tell the man, say, yes, judge, I will refuse go to court.
Oh, you went before the judge?
No, the judge do the case, say, if I not get person or if I not get lawyer, me carry lawyer, I say I not get money to carry lawyer. She said, or they will carry me go prison if I not get person to bail me. I say, yes, I will go to prison, cause my truth.
Okay, so, Lydia, while you were there, how did you come out? Who bailed you? What happened?
I put a call across, and when she was telling me the case, I said she should give the phone to whoever it was that was insisting on bail. And then I asked her, excuse me, this lady doesn't even have legal representation there. And they said, oh, she brought somebody and everything. Apparently, they organized somebody for her to meet, and they told her to look for money and settle the person so that the person will come and settle them. And this is supposed to be...
Where is this area court?
Some area court in Karu. The particulars of the service are...
Do you have the details of the judge of the area court?
Yeah. All right, when we get...
I think we'll get those details much later to our audience, but
for what it's worth, the response systems for the ordinary Nigerian in the streets or wherever is poor. We need to start treating human lives as human lives. In these densely populated areas in the outskirts and everything, it's important for us to take note of the fact that a lot of crimes are covered up in those places, because even mere facilities like tracking devices and the rest, I mean, they're not readily available. So a lot of people are getting away with crimes, and then they're capitalizing on the fact that there's a lot of illiteracy in the systems. So it's important that, we're thankful to AIT for giving us this platform to expose this style of human trafficking and call on the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to be responsible.
All right.
To be responsible. That's what the government owes us.
Lydia, it's good that you're out here now, and by God's grace, the right thing will be done for your daughter and everyone else who's going through the same thing. Be strong. I know how painful it is for you as a child's mother.
It's quite unfortunate, but we've not really seen any name of the magistrate, the so-called area court judge here, the court documents that were filed. But what we're seeing here is that she was accused of criminal intimidation and defamation of character, actually spelled wrongly, spelled defamation of character. And she was supposed to appear in court on the 7th day of June. I think that was on Tuesday, which she did, and was threatened that she would be sent to jail. A poor mother who borrowed money to pay her child's school fees and trying to get her child who's been abducted back, and now threatened to be sent to jail. Says a lot about the justice system in the country. Well, they've adjourned the case to the 15th of June. Okay,
We'll follow that up.
We'll try to follow that up. So it's quite a sad, very sad, sad one here. But Dorothy Demanze, thank you so much for your advocacy, for your efforts bringing this kind of cases to public attention.
Thank you for giving me the platform to amplify the voice of the voiceless.
Thank you very much. We've been talking with Dorothy Demanze and Lydia Simon. Lydia is the mother of the 17-year-old Blessing Simon who's been abducted and is currently in Gombe State, and she suddenly has been criminalized for daring to take the case up with the police.
Interestingly, these stories, this information is out there in the public. The authorities who are seeing this program, who are seeing her tears at the moment, who could do something without necessarily putting her through this kind of difficult, painful trial process. Could you just act? Thank you. We'll take a short break now. We'll be back with yet another interview.